I actually spent a lot of my mission, like even though I talked a lot about the South, that's the unique part, but a lot of it in the stateside part of Corpus Christi. Almost the whole year of it was in that general area. And so for 6 months I was in Corpus Christi, and the first day I got there we found a man named Trevor. He was from Trinidad. He was really great, had a good Jamaican accent, black with this big poofy white hair. He's a great guy, and he's really nice because of some living issues. He's living with like an ex-girlfriend type thing, and he'd actually just got like fired or laid off from his job, and so he's trying to find work, but he wasn't having too much success because of kind of like his age and everything. But he, we were able to teach him, and we taught him for those whole 6 months. And within that time, I switched to a different area in Corpus, but we still kept teaching him. It was a lot more difficult, but we kept teaching him, and he was able to actually move into our new area. My companion and I, our new area, and get baptized my last day in Corpus Christi. So those whole 6 months we taught him, and that last day he got baptized, or that last Sunday. And that was just like a really good experience for me and for him, just because we'd grown really close, and I had gone through a few companions, and it was just a really great experience. Sadly, like, we didn't really know about it, but he had a drinking problem beforehand, and he'd actually just quit like a few months before we got there, and he seemed very solid on it, that he'd completely dropped it. But a little bit after I left, he started drinking again, and I was down south, and I just kind of heard that from some of the missionaries, like when we all get together, that kind of took over my area. Found out that Trevor wasn't doing too good, and that he had gotten kind of less active, and so I was pretty bummed about that, because he's definitely probably like one of my favorite converts. And so what really made it interesting is in my second to last area, we got the call for transfers, and they said that I wasn't going to be moving. They they told me I'd be staying in my area that I was in McAllen, and that was on Sunday. And then Sunday, like that same Sunday, Trevor had been praying for like a miracle, something to help him get on track again. And he'd actually moved out of Corpus to another part of the mission. And he said he'd been just praying like that whole Sunday afternoon, just like the whole afternoon, for something to happen, some like miracle, so that he could have a way to just get back on track and be part of the church again. And then Monday morning, I got like a surprise call from the mission president, and he said like I was actually going to be transferred, that he felt like I need to be transferred kind of last minute, and he ended up moving me into the area that Trevor had moved into of Kingsville. And so and it was it's a part of the mission that I wasn't too excited to go to. Like, you don't have as much interaction with other missionaries. I was kind of bummed about it. But when I got there, I found out that like it kind of clicked to me that that was the area that Trevor had moved to. And that very first day, like, we just set out to find him, and luckily enough, like that same night we found him again, and I was able to see him, and he got active again, and he had the opportunity to go to the temple and everything.